Hey guys, welcome back to another serving of food for thought. Of course, not everything in the reading will resonate with you, so I encourage you to take what does and leave the rest. However, if this resonates or you just so happen to like this reading, let me know by commenting down below or liking this video. So let's jump right into the energy here. Holy Spirit, what is the message for the collective energies? What are the cards here that best represent the reading? Something is unrequited because someone has a guarded heart. There's talk about a situation here. And someone could be sitting in a space of jealousy. So what I'm getting here is someone has a guarded heart, especially when it comes to you. And I feel for many of you, this has caused you to take a step back as well.
Food for thought.
This is someone who is trying to cope with their pain or their current circumstances through temptations or instant gratification. There's also substance abuse here for some of you. Please take it how it resonates. But this is someone who is living a double life. This is someone who is living a double life, wearing a mask. And I feel like there's two sides to their energy. I feel there's two sides to their energy because they're always telling lies. This is someone who is wearing a mask, causing chaos, conflict, arguments. There's third-party energy here, phantom energy, where there's a lot of questions, no answers. Because someone has a problem with loyalty, respect, giving into something that was what seems to me supposed to be a blessing. Yet this energy turned it into a nightmare or a curse. This is someone who has non-committal ways, a hidden agenda, wearing a mask. Someone burned a bridge with you, and countless other energies. This is someone who is antisocial, insecure, and I feel they're insinuating that you did something for gain or there's fake love, when truthfully that is their energy, because this energy is coming out as non-committal. They have a lot of commitment issues, but they're always seeking attention. This is someone who seeks attention through instant gratification, sex, toxic relationships, yet I feel they could be drowning in emotions but trying to keep something at bay. Someone could be very angry about their karma, their consequences. And there could be some type of physical situation, domestic violence, aggressive behaviors because of insecurity. Someone feels like they're living in combat. This is also codependency energy. Someone feels like they can't go without. There's a lot of disorder here and insecurities. Someone's being forceful and pushing themselves to a dead end. Something is also unplanned here, and they feel like someone feels like they don't want something. They're taking the easy way out. Ill-gotten gain here. Let's get some more energy here, Holy Spirit. What is the messages? I definitely feel this is someone who tried to assassinate your character, especially when you try to stand up for self, call them out, or break free. Break free from someone you now see as a narcissist. This is why the fake love is here, and they insinuate and project the energy that they are giving because they're non-committal and hiding their truth. This is someone who is hiding a truth about who they truly are, or the fact that they're always doing something for money or whatever they can get from a situation, but this energy is never true to heart or true to their word. This is someone who enjoys the challenge. The challenge of the games they play, but can't handle the lack of attention or energy you're giving lately, as many of you have chosen to handle this energy with caution or not at all. As I said before, there is a burned bridge here for someone who is living a double life and always telling lies. This is someone you may have unfinished business with. They could possibly be trying to flex, pretend to be content or okay with their current situation, yet they're still gaslighting. They're still telling lies and not telling the truth about how they truly feel about you. Someone doesn't like the fact that you have now set some boundaries or drawn a line. This is someone who has some very childish ways or tendencies, insecurities, because they thought you were going to chase. Be lovesick over them. Someone thought you were going to have some type of separation anxiety. But I feel this is all due to these childish ways or the fact that they are being narcissistic because they thought that you were going to beg, apologize, even though they're the ones who needs to be in that position. This is someone who is very confusing or wanting to place you in a position of confusion, doubt, frustration. Because there is definitely differences here between the two of you. This is someone who is stuck in some type of delusion. Believing you still care or you're still there. This energy is coming to a space of resentment. Feeling you have turned your back. But I feel this is someone who is guilty. Guilty of lies, deception, vandalism, and even blackmail. Because they have a complex, a superior complex here. Where they are emotionally voided to the things they do. This is someone who feels like you need to play your role. Stand down to their hate or their stubborn activity and trying to convince them otherwise. It's like talking to a brick wall. Because there is trust issues here when it comes to someone who is always causing issues, obsessed with their own selfish desires or temptations. This energy is always being weak and wanting you to beg or plead for their attention. This is also someone who is giving that energy of being a people pleaser or wanting to be pleased. Please take it how it resonates, but this is someone who's also tracking you while many of you have already dodged a bullet. Someone thought you would chase, and for many of you, you did. You tried to compromise, you extended an olive branch, yet this energy just became more spiteful, more hateful in the process. Let's get a little bit more energy here for confirmation. Holy Spirit, what are the messages here? What are the messages here for the collective energies? This is someone who knows they owe you an apology, but I feel things came to a harsh ending because they couldn't do so. This is someone who is all in their head. As I said before, they want to cause some type of confusion. They want to cause some type of doubt here. This is attached to these childish ways or the fact that they're wearing a mask and hiding their true emotions, their feelings about a harsh ending. A harsh ending that I feel they caused. This was a true friendship. This was a true bond, yet this energy played some type of game, and now something could be canceled. Someone stood you up. No effort. Wow. This is someone who was very flaky with your energy. They wanted to cause this confusion. They wanted you to feel insecure. Insecure about an apology or the lack thereof. But I feel this is someone who knows they're in the wrong. They're just not admitting or acknowledging it. They're just trying to justify their actions because they're too childish to see a truth. However, I do feel this childish behavior is to cover up their trauma. This is also the reason for wearing the mask. I feel like this is someone who's holding back because they feel like this energy is banking on something. They are feeling like they are going to be validated by something. They need affirmation, attention, and they're playing the victim. This is someone who is in victim mode, arrogant and prowling for a thrill. Wow. This is someone who is sitting in the victim mentality, poor me energy. But I feel they are the ones who neglect the innocent. But they always act like bad things happen to them. Yet I feel this is their spiteful ways or their arrogance here coming out. Because I feel for many of you, this energy is very cocky, egotistical, or full of themselves. This is someone who is overly confident, looking for a thrill, and trying to hide their trauma. Not wanting kids, being bullied, or bullying others. This is someone who is also a bad parent. Please take it how it resonates, but that is not for everyone. But this is someone who is always giving in to their weaknesses and temptations. Third-party energy as well. This is something that they use as a tool, third-party energies, to lighten the load, make them feel less responsible for something. They're avoiding a truth. They're avoiding what they've done and what they're doing. Avoidance. They're avoiding their feelings. This energy is avoiding their feelings because they're scared. They're scared of losing control.
Food for thought.
The control that they don't truly even have. Yet this energy is holding something back. This is why they put in no effort. Putting in no effort causes them to feel like they lost nothing. That's why things are always left to question. Yet they give no answers. This is someone who wants to keep things in a space of doubt. They don't want something to become clear. This is why they're back and forth, undetermined. And this is why you're getting the mixed signals. There's trust issues and secrets here. Someone knows there's a lot of skeletons in the closet. This could be your energy of knowing that this energy is always hiding something. A secret life, a scandal, lies, affairs. But I feel for many of you, always being told one side of a story. And others, I feel this energy is always blindsiding you and bringing some type of misery because they just got too comfortable. Too comfortable with wearing a mask, being deceptive, or even the fact that you are always letting them in or compromising. This is someone who thought that you were going to always be there, always try to compromise, but something has changed. They're doing something on purpose, but they're not getting the energy that they're expecting from you. Let's get some more energy here. This energy is coming out as cold. Ice cold. Yeah, this energy is still watching, even though they have used time to avoid you. There, as I said before, there was a friendship here. Maybe even a platonic relationship. But something happened quickly, unexpectedly, and there's regrets on both parts. There's regret because they feel they got caught. They didn't want to get caught. Someone didn't want to lose you, but someone knows they can't undo something. They're playing the victim and using time to buffer something. Someone's trying to let the dust settle. So they're giving into third parties or still being reckless, trying to wait you out, wait until you break or fold. But I feel something is different about your energy that may leave them in regret. This is someone who treated you poorly and left you drained and misled with their antics, their choices. And now they're trying to put you under some type of pressure. Obligation. Someone is stressing you out. You're feeling like you're being pushed into something at times. This energy tries to affect you by breaking your heart, causing you grief, pain, upsetting you through loss, suffering, and distress. There's a breakup here for some of you, and for others, this energy is still around you, living with you, or in your energy somehow. There's hurt feelings, and this energy is very inconsistent. Inconsistent with reaching out or keeping up with their responsibilities, checking on you. Someone missed a birthday, a holiday, something that was important, some type of event. There's gaps in the communication, and something is very flirtatious about them. Someone is trying to make you insecure. Someone is trying to tap into your self-worth and sabotage your identity. Someone is wanting to tap into the history. Your history of doubt or self-esteem, your insecurities. Someone knows that you are guarded. Someone is trying to tap into something, your worry. Someone wants you to tap into feeling that you're not enough, but I feel that is not your energy. This is just someone who is completely destructive. Someone's trying to affect your identity through the history of destructive behaviors, patterns, and even arguments. Because they don't want you to be free of their toxic energy. This is someone who wants you to be attached by any means necessary, whether that's through peace or through anger. Because even if you're angry with this energy, it still keeps you attached. Whether it's by love or hate, this energy knows it will still bring some type of attachment or bond. Where there's always mixed signals. Mixed signals or wires being crossed when it comes to a conversation or truth. Someone knows that there's commitment issues in a relationship. And for many of you, as I said before, this energy has sabotaged things through misleading you. There is unfinished business with this situation, but there is also red flags that you should not ignore. There's stagnation with this energy because they're still focused on their player ways, manipulation, juggling options, and playing games. This is someone who's very flirty or a sweet talker. Someone who is on and off, always knows what to say to get someone to lower their guard or hear them out. But I feel hearing them out is detrimental here because they know the key, or so they think. This is someone who goes through a lot of energy, goes through a lot of people because of the deceit, lust, love bombing. Yet I feel this is how they trap. Just to support or stroke the ego. There are suspicions here when it comes to feelings and emotions, but I feel you should be cautious because they're always looking for the thrill. Whether that is positive contact with you or just reaching out just to get an argument, whatever reaction is good enough for them. Someone just wants to know they still have the power over you. We're going to get a final deck here. Of course, if you guys are enjoying this reading, let me know by commenting down below or liking this video. Let's get some final energy here, Holy Spirit. Self-sabotage. This is someone who's always sabotaging situations because they know they're inadequate in some type of way. There is a poor self-esteem or self-worth here. This is why they're quick to arguments and playing the victim. Someone doesn't want you to be free of them, not wanting you to be happy in another situation, but they know that you are completely capable. As I said before, this is someone who treated you poorly and left you misled and drained with all their issues and antics, as they are only loyal to their needs. Which for many of you, when things are changed or things switch up, I feel this energy can be very unpredictable because as their options change, so do they. I feel there's a pattern of this, a pattern of their destructive ways, arguments, or using emotional history against you, and even your own words. Because this energy is always teasing or procrastinating. This energy procrastinates because they are strategizing. They have no intentions of moving forward in the positive way because they feel they can always get away with their tactics or strategies. For many of you, you feel like this is someone who's just a tease, always putting you under pressure with their patterns. And for many of you, they can't be trusted because they never offer you a fair deal. I feel like you rejecting this energy may send this person into a space of resentment from the past, resenting you for letting go or being brave enough to stand your ground. Yet this energy is hesitant because they're trying to appear clueless. Wanting to appear like they don't have a conscious knowledge of what they've done, but I feel this energy knows exactly what they're doing. They're just wanting you to play the game. Yet and still they don't like feeling rejected or ignored because they need validation. But without the gratification or the stroke of the ego, they become vindictive, spiteful. They keep grudges. This energy becomes vindictive or spiteful to punish you for your reaction or the lack thereof. This is someone who is trying to affect your stability, your identity, your soul, just to keep you in an energy of tunnel vision. This is a closed-minded energy with a very low vibrational viewpoint. And for many of you, it's difficult to reason with this energy because they've already lost their way. This is someone who has a very fixed mindset on what they want, what they need. And for many of you, you already suspicious of their motives. Things are not clear. The puzzle pieces are not fitting. I feel you could be suspicious about some addictions, one-night stands, love triangles, even their bad behaviors. This energy is coming out with a bad attitude that causes clashes, differences, because their sense of entitlement. This is someone who has some very unreasonable expectations when it comes to you. I feel that it's also connected to their addictions. They're very codependent and has a lot of unhealthy attachments, destructive behaviors, and reckless energies. This is someone who is spiraling. This is a downward spiral for someone who is misleading others as well as you through lies, sex, weaknesses, and there's no apologies for it. In fact, there's just more manipulation because they're too confident in wearing a mask or sitting in this deception. This is someone who is very dysfunctional. This is someone who is sitting in a state of disorder, a bad attitude, and you're suspicious. Because they're always trying to give you some type of excuse. No apology. Because this energy is very cocky. Cocky with their trickery, their lies, creating confusion and emotional hurt. There's fraudulent activity here for some of you, as well as behavior when it comes to a third-party energy or environment. But I feel there is no boundaries. And unfaithful energy here of someone who is very disloyal. Someone who is disloyal and entertaining other options, and they have no expectations. And this is what's connected to the dysfunction and unstable ways. This is someone who has no clear intentions and possibly no real purpose. This is why they're coming up empty or lost. This is someone who's pretending to have a memory loss or have no clue about what they've done. They're choosing to hide the facts and pretending to forget the details. This is someone who's making something more complicated than it needs to be. And I feel they're doing that on purpose. but they never thought it would affect the chemistry. There's also casual encounters here. There's fears here. Someone was unprotected. And there's also vengeful energy here from a third party who is keeping something a secret. Someone is definitely focused on you, but I feel they need to be focused on someone else who is also vengeful towards them. Someone's about to be very discreet about their vengeful ways, but this third party is about to affect them as well. Broken promises here. Someone's about to be affected. They're trying to be very silly or playful about it because they're immature. This is someone who doesn't take anything very seriously, but I feel what's about to come their way will keep them in a space of knowing a truth.
Food for thought, 313.
They should have kept their promise instead of being spiteful or running from you. This is a heartbreaker energy of someone who is standing out as a coward, someone who walked away because they're completely guarded and superficial, someone who is in complete denial, someone who is a control freak. Someone is surface level here and giving you the silent treatment because they're trying to affect you in an emotional way, trying to leave something to mystery, hoping that it gets some type of reaction from you. This is someone who often seems to be convinced of their own lies and believe you should be in accordance with that, tolerating their disrespect and abusive tactics to prove your devotion. But I feel this time away only caused you to be more independent. I feel this is someone who has a lot to dish out, but they can't take an ounce of criticism in return. They give a lot of excuses, and there's a lot of deception and lies when it comes to misleading you. Yet they have no problem with making others feel insecure or doubt themselves, as this energy feels they're entitled to making these choices. They feel like they have every right. Yet anything you say in return or in defense of yourself will always cause something to go left here. This energy just wants to control. A false sense of respect. This energy picks you apart. This could be publicly or even privately. Please take it how it resonates, but they undervalue everything that you bring to the table to discourage you. Someone wants to discourage your effort, groom you to be supportive of their agenda. In fact, whether real or imagined, this energy has made you pay for things you didn't do to keep the illusion of control and even respect, just to keep you in the energy of doubt, still confident that you'll do anything to keep them. They hadn't realized things just aren't the same, and neither are you. I hope you guys have enjoyed the reading and has gained some food for thought. If so, let me know by commenting down below or liking this video. Hope to see you again, guys. Bye.